Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, welcome to another episode of my Dark Avengers comic book review. Quite possibly the shortest episode I will ever have in this series. Or ever. Because this week, only 4 comic books. Yeah, this is going to be a one-parter again. It's going to be really short. So this might be the shortest episode in the history of Dark Avenger comic book reviews. But before we get into comic books, news-wise, DC, Marvel, it's nada. Nothing. Nothing worth reporting at least yet. Anyway, last week I got a comic book signed by Paul Levitz, a writer for DC Comics, and I told you guys this week we'd have a Marvel signature. Well, I got Hawkeye and Mocking Bird #1 signed by Jim McCann. He has also signed, like Paul Levitz, a few Marvel graphic novels. There was a choice between this comic or Dazzler Special #1. The reason I chose getting Mockingbird, Hawkeye and Mockingbird #1 was because, #1, I saw a lot of reviews about Dazzler Special #1 and it stunk. Then I saw a review about this and it stunk. The only difference is, this is a first issue. This is a #1. The one-shot basically involved the Second Coming and the ending of the Crochet X. I didn't collect either of those. I don't care about either of those. This title made the most sense, even though Dazzler did kind of sell out, and this didn't. Right away, anyway. Now it's sold out. Guys, absolutely. Midtown Comics, once again, certificate of authenticity here. Awesome place. Cheap price for a signed comic book, even though, yes, this isn't a big one like Paul Levitz. But then again, to me, it is. You know, I bought it. And may not be a great comic book, but it's signed. It's awesome. Check out MidtownComics.com. I'm sure they have a few graphic novels, if not comics, left signed by Jim McCann. And check out the DC side for Paul Levitz. Now into the comic books for June 9th, 2010. Not too many. Starting off with Marvel. We have 3 Marvel, 1 DC. I know you guys are going to be like, holy shit, again? But yes. DeadPool, Wade Wilson War, part 1 of 4. It's a Marvel Knights series, mini-series. It's all about Wade Wilson being on trial, well, DeadPool being on trial, and he's talking about it's all about an event that happened, but he's going backwards into the past. In this issue, he's talking about the team he worked with when he first started off being Deadpool, and then now the next issue is going to be all about Weapon X, the story we never heard. Basically, not Wolverine's side, Deadpool's side. Surprisingly, I am really liking this. I like it. It's a mini-series, 4 parts. It's Deadpool, and it's good. Be honest with you, if this mini does really well, and Deadpool, the comic, looks like it's got something really good going on in it, I might give the Deadpool only title another shot. No Deadpool core, no Merc with a mouth, no anything like that. I will still be getting the Lady Deadpool one-shot because Lady Deadpool is freaking awesome. Also on YouTube, by the way, there is a Lady Deadpool. Have one of her videos favorited. Guys, go on my favorites. Check this her site out. Freaking awesome. Anyway, getting off of that and going back to comics. I'd say check it out. Really nice comic series. Really nice part 1. Makes me want to get part 2. Continuing, Invincible Iron Man #27. Okay, Tony Stark. Okay, Pepper wants the arc reactor back in her chest. She wants to be able to be rescued again. And at first, Tony Stark says no. Then, towards the middle of the comic, she's getting the arc reactor put back in her chest yet again. So, Rescue, I guess, is coming back, and Pepper's going to have her arc reactor back. Now, Miss Hammer, however, is showing off her rendition of Tony Stark's armor. And, long story short, the government says, screw Stark, we got to call Hammer, we're going to use her stuff from now on. And there's stuff going on in Tokyo. Enter Iron Man, and, as you guys can see, War Machine. Both of them go off to Tokyo, to be continued. So much hope that this Hammer thing blows over and Tony Stark goes back to doing what he always does, but once again, this is me just hoping for the old-fashioned way that Iron Man was to come back. We'll see as time goes on. Moving forward again. Now, this is the first time I'm going to be saying something negative about a Ultimate Spider-Man comic. Ultimate Spider-Man #11. I'm very disappointed for one reason. And I'll tell you guys the story first, and then I'll say this. Long story short, Mary Jane recorded what happened in the classroom to Kitty Pryde and goes to the Daily Bugle and wants to report it. Pete has something going on with the spider sense. So he follows somebody into a elevator. Turns out to be the Chameleon. In the end, Chameleon knocks out Pete and steals his identity. Doesn't this sound familiar? Like something that happened in Amazing Spider-Man only a few months ago that I reviewed? Yeah, sounds like the same story, because Chameleon copies Peter Parker, and in the next issue it looks like he's going to mess up Peter Parker's life, or try to mess up Peter Parker's life. Just like what happened in Amazing Spider-Man a few months back. No offense, but you guys at Ultimate Spider-Man, you got to come up with some original material. You just copied something that Amazing Spider-Man did a little while back. Maybe the story's a little bit different, but yeah, I've seen this. It's like nothing new thus far. Chameleon copies Peter Parker. And there's still 2 more parts to go with this. And the cover doesn't seem so good either. Now, a surprisingly awesome comic this week that might actually get me back into this series. Batman, number 700. Oversized annual. I don't want to give away anything, because you give one thing away, it gives away the whole comic. This comic was amazing, and you guys should read it. It is a mystery that spans 3 generations of Batmans. Bruce Wayne, current day Dick Grayson, and future Damian Wayne as Batman. Also, there are other parts of Batman beyond that, and beyond that when it comes to Batman. There will always be a Batman, in other words, and then there's a little bit of concept art in the back. This is getting you guys set up for Return of Bruce Wayne. And I believe Batman titles from this point on are going to all be focusing on Bruce Wayne eventually coming back. Dick Grayson will still be Batman, of course, until like September, October, when the Return of Bruce Wayne and Vanishing Point ends. If Bruce decides to pick up the cowl again. But hopefully he won't pull like a Steve Rogers, where Dick Grayson will stay Batman and Bruce will become something else like, oh God, Commander Bruce. No. I hope they don't copy Captain America. I just hope Dick Grayson goes back to being Nightwing and Batman, and Bruce becomes Batman again, because I don't think I could take another superhero changing his name and not being who he is. No offense, I thought Steve Rogers was good as Cap. I'm not really too keen on Bucky Cap, and Marvel's keeping Bucky as Cap. If DC doesn't make Bruce Batman again, I'm going to blow up Batman Comics. In a metaphoric sense, not in a literal sense. You can't blow a comic up. You can burn it, though. I won't burn it, although I might in protest. Maybe not. I don't know. Could be. Anyway, pick up Batman 700. Awesome. Awesome comic book. The middle artwork I noticed from back in the All-Star Comics. Great artwork. Great story. Spans 3 generations, like I said. Check it out. Really worth the money. Loved it. With that, the shortest episode is over of my comic book review with how many minutes, Mike?
7 minutes and 53 seconds.
Holy shit, that was short. Batman 700. Absolutely pick it up. It got me back into Batman. I'm actually going to pick up 701. Spider-Man number 11. Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimate Comic Spider-Man. That's 3 corrections. Number 11. Seen it before in Amazing Spider-Man. Hopefully it gets better. Gets original. Invincible Iron Man 27. Check it out. It's really good. Hopefully, like I said, in the end, everything will end up as normal again. DeadPool, Wade Wilson Wars, number 1 of 4. Great series. Check it out, guys. Really good. And finally, the comic signed by Jim McCann, Hawkeye and Mocking Bird, number 1. I am not reviewing the comic. I've seen many reviews on it saying it was terrible. I'm really not interested in the comic, and I'm not going to touch the comic anyway because it's signed. So, yeah. If you guys can check it out. If you guys like Jim McCann, Midtown probably has 1 or 2 of these left. If not, they have a lot of trade paperbacks, I'm sure, signed by him. And with that, that's the end of this week. I'd like to give a little shout out to Lou Thug. Some stuff been going on with him. Hooliganism, 1980. Shit. At the moment, I'm sorry. Hooli made a video about it, and this was after I shot last week's comic book review, so I didn't know about it till this week, or till this shooting. I'd just like to give, I know, Lou, you're doing better. I just would like to say, thank God you're doing better. God bless, and hopefully you'll be back to 100% soon. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. And, yeah, thank God you're okay. I'm not going to say the situation. If you guys are interested, go on Hooliganism's channel, and I'm sure the video is still up there. Or you can go on Lou Thug's channel with his update and check out what happened there. I don't think I have the right to say it, and even if I did, I'm not. You guys can check it out there. Depends if you know these people also. So, thank God, Lou, you're okay. God bless you once again, and well wishes, of course. Hope you get back to 100% soon. And that is it for this week's Dark Avengers comic book review. Check out PetesBasement.com. I've been forgetting for so many weeks to say that, guys. Pete, I apologize. I love your show. Your show is awesome. Like I said, guys, check them out as well as my show. And with that, I will catch you guys next week for another Dark Avengers comic book review. Hopefully a little bit longer. Alright, guys. Later.